Okay, I think I got it. Hi, everybody. It's me. Yes, me in person. The reason why I'm on here, and I hope this camera decides to behave itself, is because I had made a community post on my YouTube channel letting you guys know that I was going to do a getting to know you video. So if there was any burning questions that you had, that you could go ahead. I'm not liking this. It's focusing in and out. Hello. Hello. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, but if it keeps doing that crap, I'm switching it off the focus mode. Okay, because it's a little weird. Because I'm not doing that. What are you doing, camera? Am I freaking you out because I'm moving back and forth and you just don't know what to focus on now? Am I tricking on you? Yep, I'm tricking on you. We'll see what happens, okay? Yes, I'm weird. If you didn't know that by now, then I don't honestly know how you couldn't possibly know that. But this, if I keep looking down, it's because I have my laptop. And I've got your questions pulled up, okay? So some of the questions, I really didn't think about this before I decided to do it. So honestly, this is going to be on the fly because it's probably best that way, I guess, actually. I am not liking this. Focus mode. Get off of here. I don't like you. Goodbye. No! Down here, come on, you reject. I'm right here. Okay. Do not focus anymore. Off. Off. Whatever. Be that way then. Okay, just deal with it. Sorry, but I suck at this, okay? If you haven't already noticed. And that's the main reason why I don't do videos with my mug in it. It's because I struggle with this stupid camera. Quit moving around. Okay. First question is from Max Ruse. When did you first hear about oddities and when did you start to collect it? Good question. How do I answer that? Okay. I've always been a little odd, okay, because when I was younger and I still live at home with my mom and dad, you know, I was a teenager, right? Most girls my age would probably want clothes or something like that, but I actually, like at Christmas time or birthdays, when I wanted something from my parents, you know, they would ask me that question. I would say something Egyptian because I was an Egyptian fanatic. I loved, you know, all the mystery and history behind it. So, needless to say, I ended up with oodles and oodles of Egyptian stuff. And my family indulged me, but thought I was a little strange because I liked that stuff. And so that's what I would get for Christmas or birthdays was, you know, Egyptian papyrus portraits that were framed or some kind of figure like Anubis or canopic jars or King Tut, Cleopatra, you know, all of that good stuff. So, so technically that's when it first started, but when I really got into like pickled specimens, like wet specimens, taxidermy, things like that, I guess there was a show called Oddities, and I can't remember what channel it was on, but you can still find like clips or whatever of some episodes on YouTube if you look up oddities. And Mike Zone and ryanmatthewcohn. I used to watch that religiously because I thought the people were very interesting, and the show was interesting. So it kind of woke me up to a whole different kind of world out there. And so that piqued my interest. And so probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, is when I really started collecting. You know, really going after it and deep into it. So yeah, ryanmatthewcohn. If you look up him on Instagram and look at his Instagram page, it's crazy. And he has museum pieces. His home, he just moved maybe a couple years ago. And it's Victorian, and he has an old church on his property, and you would not believe, it's gorgeous, and all of the things he has in there are just awesome. He has a business too. Well, he does the oddities, expos, no, what is it? It's the oddities flea market. He does that. And then he also, has like a place that you can go get drinks and that, and inside there he has a bunch of death masks, original, and wax, anatomical pieces that are probably, oh gosh, you know, like maybe 150 years old, that show like disease, abnormalities, things like that. So it's just, he's awesome, and he's teamed up with the right chick. Yeah, his wife is Regina. She's perfect for him. So check him out. He is awesome. He's the culprit. He's the one that got me started with this crap. Okay, so number 2. What is your favorite categories when it comes to oddities and curiosities? Good question. Probably medical. I love medical. So I would say that would be it. Okay. Come on, cooperate. What is your absolute dream find that you would die to have in your collection? Absolute dream find that I'd love to have in my collection is one thing. Because my absolute dream find would cost quite a bit of money that I couldn't afford. So even if I did find it, I couldn't buy it. It would probably be a lay figure. Like it's a lay figure, but it's an artist's mannequin, an antique, and generally they're articulated. They've got facial features. They're made out of wood, and I've seen life size, and that would be a jaw dropper for me, and something I would just absolutely love to have, something like that. Okay. What in your collection are you most proud of? Most proud of. Good question. I don't know. I think the one thing that I was pretty proud of, I ended up selling, because, you know, all of us get into pinches sometimes, you know, and family and home comes before things. So I ended up having to sell my brothel candles, which that was like one of my prized possessions, but I knew I could sell them quickly. But they were brothel candles, a little package that looks like a match package, and they were basically kind of reminded you of like a birthday candle in a way, but they would, when you'd light them up, they would burn for 7 minutes. And it was for basically just working girls, I guess you call it, back in the day. You know, so they were antiques. They were antiques. And they were awesome. It was a new old stock pack. It had never been used. And they were perfect. They were perfect. Full pack. No rips, tears, nothing. But yeah, I ended up selling them. So those were probably my most proud of. My other, I would say that I actually have in my collection right now, that I still possess. Probably my funeral. Well, there it is. Right there. I have a funeral sign, and then I have another one that is, would have been on top of the hearse. So, because that stuff's not easy to get your hands on. Okay. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? Hell if I know. I don't know. I asked my husband that question, and he's like, I don't know why you started a damn channel. I was like, I don't know either. I can't remember why I started the channel. And is it like you expected it to be? Hell no. Hell to the nah. It's not like. No. It's not like I thought it was going to be. Yeah, unless you get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, you don't make much money on here. So I barely just cover cost. I mean, well, mainly because of the fact that it's the crafting videos that cost me money. And then, you know, so I might recoup my money from, you know, ads and stuff that are on my videos. But, you know, I enjoy connecting with people because I do live out in the middle of nowhere, and to find people that actually enjoy the things that I like, that's, you know, priceless. So that is a definite positive. But I think, I guess, just to see if I could do it, maybe, you know, push myself out of my my comfort zone and do that. And then it kind of turned into a situation where I already had an Etsy shop, you know, but it was just kind of a, you know, just like a side thing. It wasn't my main source of income. So it ended up working out to where, you know, I go thrifting, I get things, and if you guys, you know, see something that you enjoy or you like or you'd love to have, then, you know, you have the option to go to Etsy and purchase it. So I guess that's kind of the way, more of what it works out for me now. And this freaking camera is killing me. Quit doing that. I swear it's possessed. Because I'm not moving. I'm making sure I'm staying still. Quit doing that. Okay, it stopped. Okay. maybe it's okay. We're good. Okay. Okay, the next one. Oh, Alex Ben. Where do you find most of your objects? In the locked glass cases, in regular booth, etc., or antique shops? Are there any stores you can recommend in the Dayton-Cincinnati area? Victorian objects seem to be hard to find wherever I look. Thank you for any advice you can supply, and thanks for sharing your wonderful creativity. Well, thank you very much. Honestly, finding the stuff that I like in the wild is it's hard, very hard. So a lot of times what I do is I peruse different places on the internet, like eBay, Etsy, Mercari, any of them places like that. And I will put in keywords and just mix it around, throw extra words in, this and that. And if I stick to it, I mean, I'll go through hours of searching sometimes for various things. And, you know, you'll end up finding things, you know, odd things, because sometimes odd things are hard to list. And if somebody's not educated on what it is, or that's not their niche, or it's just not something they're interested in at all, and they don't put the effort into actually researching it, and they just list it off of, okay, what it looks like, you know, then that's another way of searching. So, and sometimes you can find deals that way too, because the person just, you know, didn't have a clue, and they just want it gone, and they're listing it to get rid of it. But yeah, that's mainly it. Now, if I go to antique stores and stuff, you know, you're going to pay a little bit more for things. But if it's something that I'm going to keep for myself, I don't mind paying a little bit more for it, honestly. And as far as Cincinnati goes, I lived in Cincinnati until I was 30 years old. And then I moved to Indiana. And that's where I reside now. I'm kind of like on the Kentucky, Ohio border right there. So, yeah. I mean, I really do most of my finds, my good finds, are like flea markets in Indiana. Lawrenceburg, Brookville flea markets are good. But in Cincinnati, there is a place I've been dying to go, which I think it's in maybe Fairfield, something like that, Fairfield in Cincinnati. But it's supposed to be a huge antique mall, so I want to try that. And then also, you know, if you put in a keyword oddities, you know, and like shopping, oddities shop, and you want to get some strange things, they'll pop up on Google and you can find them, because that's where I found the one, I think, I don't know if it was Sharonville or something like that. That's where I found the other oddity shop. But plan to pay up when you go to an oddity shop, because it's expensive. Most of it's expensive because of the nature of it being so difficult to find. But I don't know. Did I answer the question? I don't know if I answered the question or not. Okay. Where is this? When did you... Oh, this is Kelly Newton. When did you start collecting, and what inspired your interest in oddities? Oh, I already answered that question, Kelly. I think earlier when I did Max Ruse. So we'll skip that one. Thank you for asking the question, though. I appreciate it. Okay. Stop the world and let me off. Okay, have you, that's the name of the person, the user. Okay, have you always been interested in all things weird and wonderful? Like I was saying before with Max Ruse, I don't know. I guess, like I said, it started out with the Egyptian stuff, so maybe I've always been weird and just didn't know it. I don't know. Indy Annie Jones. That's her username. And by the way, Indy Annie Jones, not Indiana Jones. She does awesome crafting, and she has a YouTube channel also, so you would probably want to check her out. But she says here, what is the weirdest thing you ever thrifted, and what's your holy grail that you're always looking for? The weirdest thing I've ever thrifted is a preserved cow eyeball. And then my holy grail, I already talked about the lay figure. So yeah, that would be a holy grail for me. Okay, and then we have Tessa Tessaberg, something like that. She asked, do you have a haunted doll, or if you don't, would you get one? No, I would not get a haunted doll. We don't need no more mischief in this house. We got enough of it as it is. I have had a haunted doll, and I got rid of it. I do not believe that 99% of the dolls that they say are haunted, you know, that are listed out there for sale, are actually haunted. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Yeah. But I think objects sometimes can have something like an aura or something about them. Actually being haunted by a person, though, no. It's like my husband, y'all might think I'm weird, okay, but, or think he's weird, let's put it that way. But he can sense things. And this has been going on since I've known him. And my husband was 17 when I met him, and I was 14. And we've been together ever since. But he has a sense. And a lot of times I'll hide the crap. Like the dolls, when I bring them in from him. So he can't tell me that to get rid of it because there's something wrong with it. But there's been a few instances, ones that I have brought to him and had him just kind of hold them and look at them and stuff. And, you know, he does feel things, you know, a little bit of negativity sometimes with some of them. But he'll let me know, you know, if it's a problem. One doll, the negativity was off the charts, and he told me it's not staying in the house. So that doll, literally, until it sold, lived in my car and drove around with me until someone actually purchased it. Because he said that one was just not good. He kept getting something about a field. Like something bad happened to this little girl that owned this doll in a field. But that was all he could get off of it. And like I said, the other dolls that I've had, all these random dolls that I get when I thrift, that was the only one that he was like, absolutely not. This doll is not staying in this house. There's some serious bad juju going on. So yeah, that was it. But she was awesome, and that kind of stank because I would have actually kept that doll. But you know, we don't need no bad juju in this house. Okay. Wes Pro. I'm not sure what this is. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Is there anything that you would never want or purchase, and why not? And have you ever purchased something that once belonged to a famous person? No. Have you ever shown something on the channel that someone later contacted you about that they believe was a heirloom from their family? No. And as far as if there's anything out there that I would never purchase, there is a tiny niche in the oddities world of murder memorabilia. You know, where people will collect items from murderers, serial killers, letters, items, personal items of theirs, or, you know, you got like, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, you know, all the little, the creepos, and, you know, people will collect that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's not a huge thing, but it's there. And honestly, that's not anything that I would like to have. I do enjoy me some true crime and some paranormal movies and things like that. I love like The Conjuring and all of that. But and I don't know. I don't like that at all. So I would not want any mementos from a serial killer in my home. So that's a no-no for me. Okay, is there anything you should, okay. What is your favorite item that you have in your collection? Something you would never sell? Well, it'd probably take an awful lot to sell that funeral stuff. So probably that, since I don't have the brothel candles anymore. Yeah. But yeah, probably that. Or actually, too, I do have a 6-foot sarcophagus of King Tut, which I've had a few people try to buy that off of me, and I wouldn't sell it. So that's another item, I guess. Okay. There's a show coming up. Okay, we already talked about that. From Rags to Witches, says, if you had to do it over, YouTube, social media, what might you do differently? I'm old school. This is a new world for me. Been following your channel. It's a blast. I am too late to the party, even though my content is weird enough. Do you think new channels have a chance? Absolutely, new channels have a chance. You just never know. You could be like me and sit on here for 3 or 4 years and, you know, have a mediocre following. Or you could be like Mr. Ballin that has millions of followers and he's started after I did. You know, you just don't know what's going to hit, what's going to take off. So yeah, and if you do a YouTube channel, make sure it's something that you enjoy. If anything I would do differently, yeah, there's a lot of things I would do differently. I wouldn't have wasted quite a bit of time and effort on trying to fit in, because it made me miserable, and that's just not me. So yeah, trying to fit in to some kind of cookie cutter was just, it wasn't in the cards for me. You know, I stuck with it for a while and tried to make a go of it. And I just thought, if I'm going to keep doing this and putting all this time and effort into it, I need to be doing it the way I want to do it, what makes me happy, and try not to follow the masses, I guess. So, but if you are into the masses and that's what you enjoy and that's the things that you collect, then by all means do it. But it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. You know, I do like a lot of normal things, a lot of antiques, especially Victorian era antiques. I'm into like the old world kind of dark and moody and interior design type things. You know, like dark academia mainly. But you know, do what you love and you can't go wrong with it. You know, regardless of whether you have 500 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, you'll be a much happier person that way. Okay. So that's that for these questions. So let me turn this off. And then I have a few other ones that I wrote down because I could not. Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh, okay, it's this one. Okay, let's say, it says, what advice would you give someone wanting to redesign a whole room? This is from Josh, YNLYW. Okay. Advice to someone wanting to redecorate a whole room? Lordy, lordy. First thing I would do is probably hit Pinterest. You know, just put in a few keywords or something like that. But I would definitely look into Pinterest because Pinterest has got, I mean, there's so much inspiration to be had from Pinterest. So I would probably do that. I would hit Pinterest. And then, you know, you can kind of start from there and go from there as far as like, you know, you're going to get so many ideas and inspiration from Pinterest. So I would probably start there. Okay. What is the first oddity you ever purchased? And do you still have it? Oddity. First oddity. I guess my first oddity was technically an oddity. Would be my, taxidermy piranha. So, yes, I still do have it. It's kind of got a special place in my heart because, my husband and I, when we were younger, in our 20s, we owned a pet store in Cincinnati, and even prior to that, we kept piranha as pets, and we loved them to death. So, yeah, we had fish tank with piranhas in our apartment, and before he moved out of his mom and dad's house, he had piranha there too. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. If you had to leave your home with only 1 to 5 pieces of your collection, which ones would they be? Jolly Rot 3145. Oh, good question. 1 to 5 pieces. Probably, definitely, one of my antique clowns at least. My favorite doll would definitely go with me, which is, well, I can actually grab her because she's right here. Where'd she be? Here you are. My favorite doll, which is her, and why, is because she has, you know, what do you call it? What is it called? I guess it's like a, I don't know, it's like a hook. But it's a prosthetic, basically, but it's a hook. So, someone had this doll altered for a little girl that had apparently lost her arm, and that's why she's my favorite, because of that, because she's so unique and unusual. So, she would definitely go with me. Probably my Charlie McCarthy doll, because I just love him to death. He's my man. And then, I'm really thinking about that one. I don't know. Maybe like some of my, apothecary stuff, you know, like my, vintage medical or antique medical items. Probably stuff like that would probably end up going with me, because that's my absolute favorite, is that type of stuff. So, yeah. I mean, like, you know, like the antique medicine crocks, like the ironstone crocks. I have a few small, like the ointment and stuff, and some unique jars, so, or in bottles. Yeah, probably that. Okay, let's see here. And let's see, we have Web Bugle. Wondering where you're from, Indiana. And do you set up at craft events? No, I don't set up at craft events. I've had a few inquiries of people like they were doing some kind of event or something and wanting me to set up you know, some kind of booth or something, but it wasn't for my Etsy shop, A Vision and Vintage. It was for my other Etsy shop, A Haunted Heart, where it's like some of my weird art that I do, like on bags and like tote bags and coffee cups and stuff like that. I think one of them was like a tattoo shop that got a hold of me too. I can't remember, but it had to do with that stuff, like my other shop, A Haunted Heart, on Etsy, with my artwork and stuff. But yeah, that was it. Well, I hope I answered your questions, and I do appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. And yes, I do plan on redoing this room here, because this room here really needs to be redone badly, really badly. I may actually just I probably will have to take absolutely everything out of here in order to do anything, but I'm hoping to do this next month. I'm gonna probably go with a really almost black green color. I haven't completely 100% you know, committed to that yet, so don't come at me if I put a different color on the walls, because this girl has the right to change her mind if she wants to. So but yeah, that's definitely in the works. And then I have an Easter craft that I want to do that is let's just say it's definitely me. It's definitely me. So yeah, I'm going to be doing an Easter craft. So that's what's coming up, basically, and the occasional thrifting and thrift hauls, because, you know, girls gotta shop, you know, gotta make some money too with it. And I guess that's it. So if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to put it in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer it if you have any other questions. And I guess I probably won't be getting another video out, more than likely, until this next week, another week from now, because I've been spending a lot more time with my mother. She's got Alzheimer's, and my sister takes care of her full time. So I've been going every other weekend and staying like from Friday through Monday, and giving her a break so that, you know, she can just sleep and, you know, maybe do something for herself, you know, and recuperate from giving constant care to my mother. So yeah, and that's actually where I will be at this coming weekend, is with my mom. So I guess that's it, guys. I really can't think of anything else to throw on here. Like I said, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section. I always enjoy when you guys say hey, and when you guys interact with each other, because I just kind of consider this like a little family that we have here, you know, a little weird family. But all of that kind of stuff actually does help my channel grow too. If the more likes and comments and that helps the algorithm get me the heck out there, and hopefully more people see me and subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to my channel, or you've watched another video of mine and you're on this and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, shame on you, and subscribe, because, you know, this girl would really appreciate it. Okay, guys, well, until next time, see you later. Goodbye.